Hey guys, today I'd like to talk to you about something I kind of think of as the evolution of the mixtape rapper, and it's basically just like the growth and development every rapper goes through when they're at this stage in their musical careers. I think I'm going to spotlight on Chris Webby today because he's one of my favorite artists and his music really shows you how people can grow and expand without losing people's interest. So Chris Webby started out with the White Noise LP, that's his first mixtape, and the very first song on it is La La La, and it sounds like this.
Rolling trees and smoking, la 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 la, another weed song from me, burning more trees than Cheech Chong Red.
And this song really kind of does shove him into the category of weed rap, into that whole like white suburban boy cliche, which honestly, like, it annoys me so much because he's a lot more than that. And I think he really proves that on his next album, which is The Underclassmen, where we get the song What Good Am I, which has lyrics like this.
This shit is messed up. Sometimes it feels like God packed up and left us. Terrorists killing people for no reason. The good die young while evil's still breathing.
We're kind of presented with two different sides of the artist known as Chris Webby. Basically, we have the party boy side, and we have the more lyrical, conscious. I feel like I always talk about conscious rap to you guys. I don't mean to. It just happens sometimes. Anyways, with Chris Webby, especially on this mixtape, he hadn't really figured out how to balance these two yet. So I feel like that's kind of his goal with his music: how to balance two completely different sides. So moving on to Teenage Mutant Ninja Rapper, which came next, it's definitely kind of a throwback to his childhood, which is one of the things that influences his daily life. So it's kind of cool how he's mixing his, I guess, rapper image with his real life. Next came Optimus Rhyme, where he was just really trying to prove himself, and he did songs like Ransom, which were originally performed by Drake and Lil Wayne.
When they get along and get on a song while I'm smoking at Godzilla and battling King Kong, straddling lovely women and doing my thing hard, eating rappers on my diet with a Nutri-Grain.
So basically here, just trying to prove that he has talent, he can stay in the game, kind of brings the idea and theme of success into his music. Now, Best in the Burbs came next. It's my favorite mixtape by him. I think it's where we kind of finally achieve this balance. And he has songs like The Rain, which sounds like this.
But still I got this paper, and still I got my pencil. And the craziest part is I haven't hit my full potential. The life I live is stressful, every day suspenseful, grinding every minute of my life to be successful.
So obviously you see that he does slow it down sometimes, but I think here it's important to realize that throughout this mixtape the transitions are so much better. It's like everything just flows. I remember when I got it, like the first night, oh my god, I listened to it 3 times that night because it was just so good. Everything just flowed perfectly. So finally we get to his most recent mixtape. It's a precursor to his album that should be coming out soon. I'm not really sure when. I don't even think he has a date yet. But it's called Webster's Laboratory, and here's a song, Roger That.
Larry the Cable Guy, cause you know I'm about to get her done. Pushing all your buttons, you would think I had an extra thumb.
So here we kind of see Webby as a punchline rapper, which basically I think what his whole style of rap is, just punchlines all day, every day, which I love about him. I think he does it, he's one of the best people that do it. And I think on this mixtape there's less of the balance we saw with Best in the Burbs, but I feel like that's because it is coming out right before an album. I do think that the production levels on this album are a lot higher quality, which is amazing because I think that's when you can tell that people are not only growing, but more people are accepting them. And that's what I love about Webby. He just has so many different characteristics, and I think as he produces more music, he is learning how to balance them all well. So yeah, his first couple mixtapes are like introduction to bits and pieces of what he could do. And then the last couple are like, okay, now that you guys know who I am, I'll show you what I can do with them. And I feel like because he has so many different aspects to him, he will basically never get boring. A lot of people say that all his stuff sounds the same, but I think they're just not listening hard enough. So that's basically what I think of Chris webby and how his music has evolved. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah. It's Chris Webby.